Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Sargent Central Activity Center, the site for today's Division B District 1 Girls Volleyball Tournament between the number 8 seed Barnes County North Bison and the number 5 seeded Sargent County Bulldogs. We'll step aside and we'll be right back with the Irie Insurance pregame show you are watching on yourliveevent.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
I'm Molly, and I have lived here a little over 3 years now. I like the open spaces here and being able to go in and out. I like the fact that I don't have stairs or elevators. I just have most everything that I need close at hand.
Once again, I want to welcome you to the Sargent Central Activity Center for today's first game of Day 2 of the District 1 tournament. For you here this afternoon, I am Nick Firsch, going to be joined behind the camera by Connor Olson. And for our pregame show is brought to you by Irie Insurance. Get the insurance protection you want with the customer service you deserve at Irie Insurance. They cover it all from home, auto, crop, commercial, and benefits insurance. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote. To get us started here on our Irie Insurance pregame show, let's take a look first at the visitors on the scoreboard, the Barnes County North Bison. They are coming into today's game after falling to Wyomere Lidgerwood in straight sets yesterday afternoon. The Warbirds were able to handle the Bison in those 3 sets pretty handily, 25 to a couple teens in all 3 of those sets. Barnes County North is in the tournament as an 8 seed after defeating the Tri-State Tigers back on Monday, and it's kind of the play-in game to get to this 8 seed. So for Barnes County, they are hoping to pick up another opportunity to continue to fight for their season. The Bison are coached by head coach Dylan Deagle, and for the Bison, one of their big players to watch for is going to be their sophomore setter, Marley Carpenter. She's going to be trying to facilitate the offense for the Bison all afternoon long, and that's going to be one of those key points here is who is going to be able to play well at the net. We'll talk about that a little bit later on in our pregame show. But for Barnes County North, very young. They've got the one senior on their roster, number 8, Miley Christensen, the lone senior. Otherwise, a fairly young team, a team just hoping to learn from the experience here in the district tournament. And hey, why not try and pick up a win while you're at it? We'll step aside and we'll be right back with some more coverage looking at the home team on the scoreboard, the Sargent County Bulldogs. We'll be right back.
Hankinson is a very progressive small town that's actually, I would say, growing or thriving rather than dying.
If you have a family, this is a top-notch school system.
Hankinson's a small enough town that you feel secure.
We're able to be self-sustaining by having all of these awesome amenities.
And although Hankinson may be a small town, it has lots of things to keep you entertained or to start a new career.
Find home in Hankinson, North Dakota.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
New Solid-Tech R floors deliver sustainable high performance from bottle to floor. They're PVC-free and made with natural stone and recycled single-use plastic for scratch-proof, flood-proof protection that stands up to all that your life demands. Because sustainability, beauty, and performance are at the heart of Solid-Tech R floors.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Continuing on with our Irie Insurance pregame show, we're going to take a look at the home team on the scoreboard and kind of the home team in general here on one of their many home courts. We're looking at the Sargent County Bulldogs. They're coming into today's contest with a 14-16-1 overall record. They lost in 5 sets last night to Maple River in what was the only contest of the day to go beyond 3 sets. And an exciting match it was all the way around. The Bulldogs were able to come back in the opening set and win 26-24. But then the next 2 sets was all Maple River. And to take absolutely nothing away from Maple River, it was a lot of Sargent County making mistakes in the backcourt, as well as a couple of unforced errors up towards the net. So for Sargent County, that's going to be one of the keys for head coach Jenna Anderson and her Bulldogs team, is how do they eliminate those mistakes? How do they eliminate those unforced errors? Going to need to see some solid play from their senior libero, Charlie Wilprecht, as well as junior coming off of the bench, Caitlin Wangler, a player who had served as libero early on in the season. Those two in the back row are going to play a key role here as we progress through today's match, is how well are they going to be able to handle the pressure that the Bison are hoping to put on in the Bulldogs backcourt. Now, another player to watch for Sargent County is going to be their senior outside hitter, number 22, Carly Kadoon, the 4-year starter for the Bulldogs, the 1,000 career digs, 1,000 career kills, 100 career aces. that is a player who is absolutely hoping that this is not her final volleyball game of her career. A player who has won Region 1 athlete honors here a couple of times throughout her career. So for Sargent County, how are they going to be able to handle the pressure of trying to keep this from being their final game of the season, eliminate some of those errors, and then, like I said, in a sense, kind of protecting their home court in a way, and try and have that game back on Monday for an opportunity to advance into the region tournament. Well, step aside. We'll be back with a couple more keys to the game as well as our starting lineups. You are watching the Irie Insurance pregame show streamed here on your live event.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders as they compete on and off the court and field. They put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish their goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience, with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, go online to eeeinc.com or stop by the office in Page for more information. Make your next project a winner with the team at Triple E Incorporated in Page.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
Welcome to the city of Hillsboro, a small town with big opportunity. Here, you don't just find a house, you find a quality of life. Safe neighborhoods, affordable living, and a community that treats your family like their own. Build your dream home with lots starting at an attractive price and enjoy homeowner incentives and grant funds to help make it yours. Come live, work, and thrive in Hillsboro, where you don't just live, you belong.
Welcome back into our Irie Insurance pregame show. Go to IrieInsurance.com to get a free quote. Get the insurance protection you want with Irie Insurance. These two teams met prior into the regular season where the Sargent County Bulldogs were able to defeat the Bison in 3 sets. That game was played over in North Sargent, and one of the keys in that game was a lot of just rotational errors that the Bison committed, especially early on in that opening set. If I remember correctly, about 6 or 7 high schoolers probably get that reference on accident. There was about 6 or 7 miscues in just the rotation for the Bison, and aside from that, I mean, they played pretty solid, played the Bulldogs close, but you know, if you look at just the box score, just the score from that game, it looked like Sargent County was able to clearly win that match. So we talked about unforced errors for Sargent County being a big concern, and hopefully something that they can eliminate from last night's game into this afternoon's contest. But that's something also for the Bison that if they look back on the previous contest against Sargent County, that's going to be an area that they are going to want to be able to clean up and at least give themselves a chance here without trying to shoot themselves in the foot per se. So for the Barnes County North Bison, we'll take a look at their starting lineup, their starting rotation for head coach Dylan Deagle for tonight's game. We'll first look at the freshman starting number 1, Quinn Albright. For one of the Mueller sisters, we have the sophomore number 2, Lydia Mueller. a sophomore wearing number 4, Isabella Hansen. Sophomore number 6, Keely Byer. A junior number 9, Madison Gassetti. A sophomore number 11, Natara Hoffman. And sophomore number 15, Marley Carpenter. That is your starting rotation for the visiting Barnes County North Bison. As for Sargent County, they are going to be having a starting rotation similar to what we saw last night, starting off first with their 5'6" opposite hitter, senior number 1, Whitney Marr. At libero for Sargent County this afternoon is number 10, senior Charlie Wilprecht. Starting is the junior, plays outside hitter, 5'5", number 9, Dakota Stroh. Expect to see her starting off serving for Sargent County, as she is kind of one of the main servers coming in for Coach Jenna Anderson. Talked about one of our players to watch here in this one. She is starting at middle hitter, number 22, the senior Carly Cadoon. The younger sister of Whitney is a sophomore opposite hitter, number 26, Lucy Marr. She will be starting up in the front row. Expect her to be the one subbing in and out with Dakota Stroh right away to start, but also just kind of as the game progresses along. The setter for the Bulldogs is the sophomore, standing 5'6", number 27, Mallory Bogart. And the 6'3" junior middle hitter, number 40, Anong Dang, rounds off the starting rotation for head coach Jenna Anderson. We'll take one more break and we'll finish up our Irie Insurance pregame show. You are watching on yourliveevent.com.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Hope Page Public Schools are committed to the development of all students by providing a high-quality education that is reflective of the strong values in our communities. The staff at Hope Page Public Schools work each day to enable and inspire students to achieve academic excellence and make positive contributions to our world. Learn more about Hope Page Public Schools by visiting hopepage.k12.nd.us. We are Hope Page, and we will change the world.
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of water.
No! Jeez Louise!
This system is packing 70-mile-per-hour winds, golf ball-sized hail, and a fast drop in temperature.
Oh, jeez.
Dave and Cheryl's kitchen started on fire.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez, let's take a look.
Oh, geez, moments happen. Be ready with Irie Insurance.
Buying and selling heavy equipment at purplewave.com saves time and money. We handle all of the details, including pictures, videos, marketing, titles, and payments.
It was almost immediately over the top with the customer service. I've just never ever experienced that before with any other auction service. They're constantly working for me as the seller, and I really like that.
Purple Wave Auction is straight, simple, sold.
Both teams finishing up their warm-ups, and we are just about ready to get underway, and these teams are hoping to continue their season on Monday night. Whoever wins will take on the winner of the Oaks Tornadoes and Enderlin Eagles, which will be following this contest here. The loser will go home, and their season will come to an end. Both of these teams hoping that they are the former and not the latter. Stay tuned all afternoon into the evening long here on this Halloween edition of your live event coverage. As we mentioned, Enderlin and Oaks play after this. Wyoming, Lidgerwood, and Maple River play at 6 o'clock, and roughly 6 o'clock, and then we will finish off today's game, or today's games with Hankinson and Richland playing at approximately 7:30 later on this evening. That'll do it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. We'll be right back with the starting lineups here on the floor. You're watching on yourliveevent.com.
We offer the greatest broadband that anyone can subscribe to. And that's because of the infrastructure that we have been able to build over the last decade. You know, we're talking 10 gigabit per customer. That's the network we're building. There's days I think about what's the network going to be after I retire, where it continues to evolve. And if it evolves as much as what it has in the last 73 years, we can't even dream what it's going to be in the future.
Looking to tackle a big building project or a major fall cleanup? Sywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro has what you need. 40 dumpster roll-off boxes that are on hand, ready for rent. Need building materials? They'll deliver everything you need for your project and bring the dumpster at the same time for maximum convenience. If it's time for fall cleaning, rent a large dumpster and clear out your space with ease. For rentals of your dumpsters and building needs, your one-stop shop for your projects, Sywick Lumber and Hardware Hillsboro.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. Three, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone Company delivers fast broadband internet, telephone, and cable TV to residents in this region, including Halstead, Shelley, Neelsville, Climax, Fisher, Bigland, Gentilly in Minnesota, and Hillsborough, Caledonia, Gardner, and Argusville, North Dakota. Serving the area residents since 1904, Halstead Telephone continues to create a bright future for this region using 100% fiber optic technology. Service plans offer flexibility and choices, and there's local support personnel ready to help. Contact Halstead Telephone Company today.
Once again, the starting lineup for the Barnes County North Bison. Number 1, Quinn Albright. Number 2, Lydia Mueller. Number 4, Isabella Hansen. Number 6, Keely Beyer. Number 9, Madison Gassetti. Number 11, Natara Hoffman. Number 15, Marley Carpenter. And once again, the starting lineup for the Sargent County Bulldogs. Number 1, Whitney Marr. Number 10, Charlie Wilprecht. Number 9, Dakota Stroh. Number 22, Carly Kadoon. Number 26, Lucy Marr. Number 27, Mallory Bogart. And number 40, Anang Dang. Lineups are set. Finishing up the handshake line. One final team huddle here before we get started. Winner is going to go on to face the winner of our next contest between the Oaks Tornadoes and Enderlin Eagles. And the loser season will come to an end here after today's game. So who will continue? Who will be going home as we are just about ready to get underway? as Quinn Albright will come in. Natara Hoffman will be the one to take a seat first for the Bison. And Charlie Wilprecht waiting to see who she subs in for here once we get started. And it will be Lucy Marr taking a seat. Wilprecht in. And I believe we will see Dakota Stroh going back to serve for the Bulldogs to get us started, and we will. And first opportunity to get on the board goes to the Bison as Carpenter to Isabella Hansen will get the scoring started. And we'll have our first set of substitutions as Caitlin Wangler will come in for Dakota Stroh and Paisley Barkley, the 7th grader, coming in for the Bison. Serve there from Carpenter is sent over by Bogart. Albright, Carpenter, and too strong there from Lydia Mueller as that quick side out is going to bring Lucy Marr to the floor. Charlie Wilprecht back to serve for the Bulldogs. Albright, Carpenter, and Hansen getting it over for Barnes County North. Bogart up to Cadoon, and Carly Cadoon. Oh no, they're going to say that they had a player in the net, and it was Carly Cadoon getting called for making contact with the net there. So take the first kill for Cadoon off the board, and we will have Lydia Mueller back to serve for the Bison. Bogart, and this time Cadoon able to connect and stay out of the net, and that one will be the first official kill for the senior Cadoon. In for Sargent County, freshman Allison Yago as Mallory Bogart serve goes into the net. And Natara Hoffman will come in for Quinn Albright back to serve for the Bison, the sophomore Bella Hansen. Wangler passes it up to Bogart. This is up to Marr. A little touch there from Marr, and unable to handle it is Hoffman and Barkley as that falls to the floor. Coming in for Sargent County, number 18, the junior Mackenzie Nagowski. And we have Bella Hansen taking a seat as Albright comes in. And that serve received goes right back to the Bulldog side. Yago, good job there by Carpenter. Albright, and sent over by Hoffman. Opportunity here for Sargent County setting this one up. Lefty swing from Nagowski, too strong there as that one sails out of play. Madison Gassett coming in for the Bison. She is going to go back to serve. Cadoon passes it up to Bogart. This is up to Nagowski, and Nagowski hits this one into the net. Bogart to Yago, able to bump that over is Yago, and Carpenter tries to slip that one over the net, unable to do so. And Marr handled there by Albright, hit over and out of play by Marley Carpenter. And that's going to be a side out for Sargent County as Anong Dang will come back in, and Lucy Marr will head back to serve for the Bulldogs. Back and forth here early on in set number one. As that's going to be an ace for Lucy Marr. And Marr that time hits it into the net. We're going to have a side out as she'll take a seat, and Charlie Wilprecht will come in. Back to serve is the sophomore number 6, Keely Byer. As that one just barely gets over the net, and maybe a miscommunication there between Yago and Wilprecht as that one falls to the floor after Cadoon initially gets to it. And we will have another serve here from Byer. Yago, Bogart, and Bogart able to almost slip that one over. Good job by Albright and Carpenter contributing to getting that one back, but that was just an opportunity for Anong Dang to get a kill, and Sargent County gets the side out. Yago will take a seat. Senior Whitney Marr back in and back to serve. She punches that one over. Carpenter opportunity here, and good job by Nagowski getting two of that one off of Mueller's hit attempt. Again, Mueller this time going into the net. So knotting up here at 7-all. Dakota Stroh going to come in to serve for Nagowski. Or excuse me, no side out there. So Stroh just came in for Nagowski, and it was another serve from Marr. Carpenter pushes it over, and good job there by Carpenter, able to get it over Carly Cadoon, and just unable to get to it was Wilprecht. And yeah, just as I kind of thought, I think Stroh and Nagowski were off just a smidge there on their rotation. So Nagowski back in. Dang rises up and gets another kill. And now we'll see Nagowski take a seat, and Stroh will come in to serve for the Bulldogs, tied up here at 8-all. Carpenter again tries to push it over, this time handled by Wilprecht. And tip there at the net. Good job by Dang to get back to it after that initial tip. Dug out there by Stroh. Bogart up to Cadoon. Cadoon hits it off the top of the net, but it's able to scoot its way onto the front side and get the Bulldogs back into the lead here, 9-8. Albright, Carpenter, and Hanson. Good job there by Isabella Hanson, as she puts a little touch on that one, or tips it away from Anong Dang's block attempt. As the 7th grader, Paisley Barkley in. Marley Carpenter back to serve. Marr, Wilprecht, and Cadoon. Opportunity here for Barnes County North. Hanson, and that one is going to be hit just out of play on this near side from Bella Hanson. Wilprecht back to serve. Lucy Marr back in for Anong Dang, and Wilprecht serve handled by Albright. Carpenter to Barkley. Dug out nicely by Marr. Opportunity here for Carly Cadoon, and she's able to capitalize with another kill for the senior Carly Cadoon. (11-9) the score here in our opening set, as that one's going to be too strong this time from Charlie Wilprecht. And that will send Lydia Mueller back to serve for the Bison. Wengler, Bogart, and Lucy Marr had popped up and hit over there by Mueller. Good job by Mueller to get to it. Carpenter, Hanson, and that was Keely Byer hitting it over for the Bison. Dug out again by Albright. Good hustle by Carpenter to get to it. Opportunity there by Mueller, handled by Whitney Marr. Long rally here, tipped nicely by Hanson. Cadoon able to pop it up, pushed over by Wilprecht. Pushed over, Cadoon gets to it. To the back row is Wilprecht, and pushed over was Cadoon. Carpenter, Mueller, Hanson with the tip. Good job by Bogart, able to get to it on the far side. Hit over by Wengler, too strong. And the Bison able to outlast Sargent County in our first long rally here of the contest. Getting us tied up here at 11-all. Lydia Mueller back to serve for the Bison. Cadoon passes it over to Bogart. Now back to Cadoon, a little close to the net, and they're going to say deflected. Last touch, I believe that was Paisley Barkley, the last one to make contact with it as it falls out of play, and will be a side out for Sargent County. Allison Yago back in for the Bulldogs. The sophomore setter, Mallory Bogart, in. Albright, Carpenter, and too strong there from Keely Byer. Another serve here from Bogart, and that's going to be an ace for Mallory Bogart. Another opportunity upcoming here. Sargent County leading 14-11, largest lead for either team up to this point. Low strong, and they're going to say a player in the net as that set got a little too close to the kind of that neutral zone, if you will, and just unable to stay out of the net are the Bison. Bogart again with the serve. Albright comes diving in. Carpenter to Hansen, blocked there at the net by Marr, and no, they're going to say that one went into the net. Thought maybe that was blocked, and after a 5-0 scoring run, that's going to lead to our first timeout here of the match, called by head coach Dylan Deagle, and we'll take time with them. Sargent County leading 16, Bison 11.
Winter is coming. Are you ready? At Agassi Sales, we'll help you build the snow removal fleet you need now. With Hyundai Construction Equipment Snow Lease Program, you'll get flexible financing, low monthly rates, and even the option of 6 months on, 6 months off. Plus, every machine is backed by our certified service department. Call Agassi Sales at 888-836-4029 or visit agassisales.com. Agassi Sales, your partner for power and reliability.
16-11 the score here. Sargent County leading over Barnes County North in game 1 of 4 here from the Sargent Central Activity Center on day 2 of the District 1 tournament. I misspoke earlier. The winner of this game is going to go on to play the loser of the Hankinson and Richland contest, and not the Oaks-Enderlin contest. So apologies for that mistake. Got to thank the pro Chase Miller, who's going to be calling games 2 and 4 today, for helping me out on that one. Opportunity here for Sargent County. Good job there by Hansen, but miss hit as the bump over the net from Kadoon almost gave a perfect opportunity there for Hansen, and that's one of those that's almost too good to be true, and she mishits it into the net. So Bogart continuing to serve for Sargent County, leading here by 6. Bogart, Kadoon now out to Yago. And Keely Byer handled by Bogart. Kadoon again to Yago. Byer up to Barkley and tips off the top of the net, and Paisley Barkley gets her first kill here of the afternoon. And after a 6-0 run for the Bulldogs, Barnes County North able to get the much needed side out, and Bella Hansen will serve, looking to string a couple of points together here for the Bison. Yago trying to not make that or allow that to happen, and just able to get that over and keep it in bounds. Yago, Carpenter, Hansen, and Paisley Barkley again tipped at the net, but this time Wengler able to keep it up. Bogart hitting it over. Carpenter looking to set this one up towards the net, and good job there by Keely Byer, able to adjust and get that one to fall into Bulldogs, or into the Bulldogs side of the floor. Bogart back to Kadoon. Kadoon tried to punch at that one and able to do so. As a discussion between head coach Deagle and the official here on the floor. Not sure what was in question, but Kadoon gets the score and goes to serve, and she hits that one into the net. As a quick side out brings Madison Gassett back to serve for the Bison, trailing here 18-14. Kadoon passes it up to Bogart, back now, and Kadoon hits it over. Carpenter, and that one hit over by Hoffman. Nagowski left-hand swing, too strong there from Nagowski. As Gassett will serve again here. Wilprecht, Bogart pushed over by Kadoon. Carpenter, opportunity for Byer, deflected at the net. Pass from Kadoon to Bogart, up to Nagowski, push from Nagowski to the far side, and just able to land in play is Nagowski's push, as Dang will come in, and Lucy Marr will head back to serve for the Bulldogs, looking to close this one out here as we start to get to the final stages of our opening set. Keely Byer waits for that one to fall before she hits it. Dang. And Dang's going to get called for going in the net as that set was a little too far up and over the net. So Marr will take a seat. I believe that was Wilprecht who came in. Keely Byer just able to get that over. Good job by Kadoon to get to it. Bogart hits it over for the Bulldogs. Carpenter, push. There is Wilprecht. Bogart. Backward set to Dang. Carpenter with backward set of her own and handled there nicely by Wilprecht on the dig. Kadoon is able to get the kill as that deflects off of a Bison player and falls to the floor. As that will bring Whitney Marr back to serve for Sargent County. 20-16 set. Carpenter hits that over. Kadoon gets to it. Whitney Marr and Nagowski get it over for the Bulldogs. Carpenter up now to Mueller. Blocked there by Dang, but that's going to ricochet out of bounds. So Bison chipping away here, trailing now just by 3. Trailed 17-11. Their largest deficit in the opening set. So just got to keep chipping away, and Anong Dang this time able to connect, and she gets another kill. And Dakota Stroh will come in to serve. Nagowski will take a seat for Sargent County. So a lot of back and forth here as this is now 2 complete runs through the rotation for the Bulldogs, with Stroh serving now for a 3rd separate time. Kadoon. Bogart back to Kadoon, and Kadoon hits that one out of play as it goes out of bounds on this near side. And we will have substitution. Get set. Take a seat. Barkley in. Stroh will take a seat as Wangler will be in for the Bulldogs. Bogart. And Kadoon hitting it over for Sargent County. Carpenter. Hanson. Bogart. Kadoon and Kadoon. Oh, good job by Carpenter to get to it. Keeping it in play was Mueller, and Keely Byer keeping the action alive, but Anong Dang quickly ends that rally as she now picks up another kill, and that will lead to the final timeout of set number 1 for the Bison, and we will take time with them. 22-18 the score here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Farming today doesn't always feel the same way it used to. Then again, some of it feels all the same. Maybe it isn't so much the jobs that changed, but how they get done. Now that's a different story. Everything got bigger and smaller at the same time. Insurance, accounting, and taxes can get complicated, so you need someone who's looking to keep every dollar possible in your pocket. Ag Country.
Take a look at our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, sharing our heritage, sharing our future with locations in North Dakota and Minnesota. Visit dhb.bank. Dakota Heritage Bank, the leader right now in set number 1, is a Sargent County Bulldogs 22-18. Needing just 3 to close this one out. The Bison trailed by as much as 6 earlier, able to trim that lead down to 3. But starting to run out of opportunities here in our opening set as Kadoon gets the block, and Carpenter just unable to get an opportunity for one of her teammates coming in. Carpenter to Hanson, and player in the net is Lucy Marr. So Bison get a break. And Mueller will go back to serve for the Bison. Wilprecht, Bogart, and Marr able to get that point back, is unable to get to it. I believe that was Lydia Mueller who went hustling in, and that'll bring us to our set point here in the opening set. Mallory Bogart back to serve, looking to close this one out. And she is able to do so with her second ace of the opening set, and that'll do it here in set number 1 as the Sargent County Bulldogs able to claim it 25-19. We will step aside and we'll be right back with set number 2. You're watching District 1 Volleyball on yourliveevent.com.
Anderson Seed Farms Incorporated is proud to announce its new partnership with AP Select Seed by AgriPartners. AP Select offers the latest traits in genetics in both corn and soybeans. They're a family-owned company that believes in fair pricing along with unmatched customer support that makes them truly better by choice. Anderson Seed Farms is a certified seed conditioning plant that grows, conditions, and sells Westbred spring wheat seed, which was the top-growing spring wheat in North Dakota last year. Contact Anderson Seed Farms in Foreman at andersonseedfarms.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
25-19, the final from set number 1 as Sargent County was able to pick up the opening set victory here in a win or go home contest. For the Bulldogs, both Carly Kadoon and Anong Dang were able to get a couple of kills there, give their team an opportunity. Mallory Bogart, a couple of aces, as well as for Barnes County North, Bella Hansen and Keely Byer, the main hitters, making a difference. One of the big keys there in that opening set was that run that Sargent County went on when it was tied up at 11 all, eventually able to go on a 6-0 run, pushed the lead to 17-11, and didn't look back from there. So we'll see if Sargent County is able to continue it. They were able to win the first set yesterday afternoon before coming out a little flat there in set number 2. So hoping to kind of continue this momentum here going into our second set. Also going on at this time, we have the day 1 of the District 2 tournament. Linton HMB is currently leading 2 sets to none. And they are leading over Napoleon Gackle Streeter. And Dang able to get another kill to get the opening point here for Sargent County in set number 2. Dakota Stroh back to serve. Byer just able to get to it. Hansen, good job by Bogart to dive in and punch that one up, keep it in play. Carpenter tried to slide it over. Bogart again able to get to it. And nice hit there from Bogart, usually the one trying to set up. Kadoon hits that one into the net as Wangler will come in for Stroh and Barkley in for Gassett. Marley Carpenter back in to serve for, or back to serve for the Bison. Opportunity here, nice block there by Bella Hansen as Dang, who got the scoring started in set number 2, also had a solid opening set. That time, Hansen able to win the contest at the net. Wangler, Wilprecht, and miscommunication there in the back row between Wangler and Marr as that falls on Sargent County side. And as we mentioned during our Irie Insurance pregame show, it was the play in the back row that got a little sketchy there for a little bit. Good play there by Hansen, hoping to keep that from repeating itself here tonight are the Bulldogs, and good job there by Kadoon, able to sneak that one over and steal a point, get a side out, and Wilprecht will head back to serve. just able to get over the net. Carpenter, good adjustment. Mueller maybe tipped by Marr. Opportunity now for Cadoon. Another block there by Hansen. Another miscommunication for Sargent County as that falls to the floor. And after two communicative miscues, that's going to lead to a timeout from head coach Jenna Anderson as the Bison lead 4, Bulldogs 2.
At Bank North, we strive to enrich the lives of everyone we serve. One transaction, one relationship, and one community at a time. We do it by supporting kids and schools, pitching in to help neighbors in need, partnering with rural businesses, and providing all the traditional and modern banking products and personalized lending services you expect from a reliable financial partner. Bank North, always true.
That timeout from Anderson, maybe just one to try and recalibrate the team here in this second set. As Wilpret comes diving in, Hansen blocked at the net, that time blocked by Marr, and a little back and forth between Hansen and Marr, and Lucy Marr able to win that matchup. As her sister Whitney will take a seat, and Bogart, who closed off set number 1 with an ace, was the one to serve there. Yago pushes it over. Albright, Carpenter tries to push to the back row. Wilprecht able to get to it. Opportunity for Cadoon, and she's able to get that one to fall. Another kill for the senior Cadoon. As the school day just starting to wrap up here from Sargent Central. Got a couple of home team Sargent County fans making their way over as that one goes out of play by Bogart. And it'll be a side out as Tara Hoffman will come in. Back to serve is Bella Hansen. Bogart to Yago. Hansen, Carpenter, and Keely Byer dug out there by Wilprecht. Marr with a touch. Byer, Carpenter with the push. And Yago pushes that one over. Carpenter, opportunity here for Byer. And we're going to say out as that hit on, or was hit just on the out-of-bounds side of that little candy cane-looking pole that sticks out there indicating out of bounds. So tied up here at 5-all. Serve from Cadoon. Dug out nicely there by Mueller. And just gets over the net is Keely Byers' push to that far side corner of the net. Wilprecht, Bogart, Nagowski gets to it, and good decision there by Lydia Mueller to let that one go out of play. As Gassette will come in. And Paisley Barkley will take a seat. Cadoon passes it up to Bogart. Opportunity here for Nagowski. Hit over by Carpenter. Pushed over there. Good hustle by Mueller. Almost knocking into each other was Carpenter and Hoffman. And Byer just too strong there, trying to push that one to the back court. So very similar here in set number 2 to set number 1. Back and forth early on. Tied up here at 6-all. Byer. And again, this time making contact with that extension there on the far side. As Mars serve, handled by Gassette. Pass up to Byer. Opportunity here for Sargent County. This one goes up towards Dang. And good job there by Gassette. Gets it to Byer. Barely gets over. And no, again. Oh, no, excuse me. They're going to say that that was a double hit there by Keely Byer. I thought maybe, again, that went out of play on that far side. As Marley Carpenter going to give us a pause in the action here and tie the shoe. And that'll give Lucy Marr extra breath to get us started with that serve. Carpenter, Byer, tipped at the net by Dang, Nagowski, Bogart, and Yago getting over for the Bulldogs. Hoffman, and good job there by Dang to get to it. Tipped at the net, Kadoon. Bogart, Dang, and dug out nicely by Albright. Opportunity at the net by Dang, and they're going to say player in the net first. Coach Deagle wanted a call over the net, but Keely Byer is going to be called for being in the net. And Marr with a miss hit. Hits her teammate in the front row, but she'll take a seat as Charlie Wilprecht will come in. All smiles there after that play, but Keely Byers serve. Kadoon, Bogart, and Yago unable to get it. Is Gassette, and that's going to be a kill for the freshman Allison Yago as she'll take a seat, and Whitney Marr will come in and she'll go back to serve for Sargent County. Kadoon, Bogart, Dang, and again, Gassette unable to dig that one out. And again, Sargent County going on a little bit of a run here. We'll see if the Bison are able to halt it as Gassette unable to pass that up to Carpenter, as you can see a little bit of frustration there for the junior Gassette. As Albright this time able to handle the serve, gets it to Carpenter, out to Mueller, and that's mishit out of play. I think we've got a 6-0 run for Sargent County again here, this time in set number 2. And good hustle there from Albright, but unable to get to it. And we're going to have a substitution here as the junior number 3, Brooklyn Barkley, in. And Maddie Gassette will take a seat. 7-0 run now for the Bulldogs. And that's going to be an ace for Whitney Marr. And expecting to see a timeout called here, have yet to have that happen as that one goes out of play. Don't need a timeout as that one able to stop the scoring run. And we will have, I think that was Hoffman who served for the Bison. Kadoon pops it over. Barkley, Carpenter, Hanson. Bogart gets to it. Nagowski passes it up. Pushed over by Dang. Hoffman, Carpenter, deflected by Nagowski. Yes, deflected by Nagowski. And will be a point for the Bison. Marr, Bogart, good job there by Barkley to get to it. Bogart, and on Dang with another kill. Dang having herself a solid game 2 here in the district tournament, as that will lead to a timeout on the floor called by head coach Dylan Deagle, as our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard shows Sargent County leading 16, Bison 9.
No job too big, no call too small. Bears Home Solutions handles it all. You need a bear in there, oh yeah. Keeping homes just right with expert care. Let our stars guide you when repairs scare. You need a bear in there.
Check out bearshomesolutions.com.
16-9, Sargent County leading over Barnes County North here in game 1 of day 2 of the District 1 tournament. Looking over at District 2, Linton HMB able to close that one out against Napoleon Gackle Streeter. So the number 1 seed in the number 1 team in the state of North Dakota will pick up an opening round win. And Dang just unable to help that one up as Kadoon tried to save it. As Stroh will take a seat, Wangler will come in. And the older cousin, Brooklyn Barkley, will take a seat. Younger cousin, Paisley, will sub in for her as Marley Carpenter. Low line drive. Ricochets off of Wangler, and that's going to be an ace for the sophomore Carpenter. Trailing here 16-11. Barnes County looking to chip away in the second set. Another low liner this time. Wangler lets that one sail out of play. Now it'll be a side out as Lucy Marr will come back in and Dang will take a seat. Senior libero for Sargent County, Charlie Wilprecht. Her serve, handled by Albright, Carpenter, Hanson. Bogart gets this to Lucy Marr, and Albright passes to Carpenter. Back row push. Wilprecht tries to run over and get to it, but instead that one goes out of play. And will be Barnes County North with the serve. Popped over, Marr. Bogart to Cadoon, and Cadoon hits that one into the net. So now the lead down to just 4 for the Bulldogs. We can't get them all back at once, but just need to chip away if you are the Bison. And Cadoon trying to make sure that doesn't happen, as this time she is able to get that hit to land. As Yago will come in and Bogart will go back to serve for Sargent County. Albright, Carpenter to Hanson. And Yago, good job there by Lydia Mueller. And Beyer pushes it over. Bogart pushed over now, this time by Wilprecht. Opportunity for the Bison. Hanson, good job by Wangler passing it up to the front row. Cadoon skies up. Good job by, I believe that was Albright, play at the net, and that first hit from Marr hit off the top of the net, so that second attempt is going to get her called for 2 hits, as the Bulldogs looking for an explanation on that one. So one of the team captains, Carla Cadoon, talking to the top official, head coach Jenna Anderson talking to the official here on the floor. Just looking for an explanation, and whether she liked that explanation or not, that's what's going to settle it, and it'll be a point for the Bison. Yago just able to stay out of the net. And Beyer skies up, deflected, and they're going to call Beyer in the net. So point for Sargent County. Nagowski in for Wangler. Hanson taking a seat as Cadoon will serve. And that's going to be an ace for Cadoon. As that's going to lead to the final timeout here of our second set from the Bison, as the Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard show was Sargent County leading 20-14 over Barnes County North.
I'm Molly, and I have lived here a little over 3 years now. I like the open spaces here and being able to go in and out. I like the fact that I don't have stairs or elevators. I just have most everything that I need close at hand.
(2014) the score here is as senior for Sargent County, Carla Cadoon, continuing to serve. And this time hits that one into the net. As Gassette will come in for the Bison. She will go back to serve. Cadoon gets to it, pops it up over for Bogart. Nagowski hits that one into the net. And Nagowski is going to take a seat. Senior, number 46, Claire Wessler, seeing her first action here on this afternoon's contest. Cadoon, Bogart, to Iago, deflected at the net by Carpenter, but Gassett gets it to Carpenter. Byer blocked by Iago, pushed over by Iago. And Hoffman dug out nicely by Bogart. Opportunity here for the Bison as Carpenter tries to push it. Cadoon gets to it. Wilprecht and Wessler. This time unable to get it over is Claire Wessler. So lead down now to just 3. Bison trying to make a final push here. Carpenter to Byer, and dug out nicely there by Cadoon. Wilprecht and Cadoon get it over for the Bulldogs. Carpenter, Byer, this time Byer pops it over. Wilprecht gets to it. Marr with the push. Albright, Carpenter, and Carpenter able to find the opening on the floor as Cadoon starting to come up on that one, and that's going to lead to a timeout for Sargent County. Their final timeout here of set number 2 as the Bison have been able to trim the 7-point deficit down now to just 2 as they trail here 20-18. We will keep you here. Make sure to stay tuned as this is just game 1 of 4. Chase Miller is going to be on the call for our next game about 25 minutes after the conclusion of this contest as the Enderlin Eagles and the Oaks Tornadoes will be playing game 2. Then I'll be back for game 3 as Wyoming Lidgerwood takes on Maple River at roughly 6 o'clock before our final game between Hankinson and Richland. Iago, down there by Mueller to get to it, play at the net, and Carpenter unable to keep that one in play as it's blocked by Lucy Marr. Dang coming back in. Dang having a solid match for Sargent County. Byer. Cadoon, Bogart, to Dang, and just like that, Anong Dang able to get the kill, and Sargent County needing now just 3 to close this one out. And Gassett unable to handle that one as it kind of tipped off the top of the net. Maybe crossed her up just a little bit. Marr again with the serve. Gassett this time able to handle it. Hoffman to Byer. Cadoon passes it up to Bogart. Opportunity here for Iago, deflected, and that's going to fall to the floor as a freshman, Iago, gets the kill. And it is set point here in set number 2. Sargent County looking for a commanding 2-0 lead as that one just goes out of play for Lucy Marr. So Bison still alive here, 24-19. Keely Byer, her serve handled by Iago. Cadoon pushes it over, Gassett, Hoffman, and Mueller gets to it. Dang just able to pop that up for Sargent County. Carpenter, Mueller, blocked by Dang, and Anong Dang able to close out set number 2, and just like set number 1, the final here, 25-19. We'll step aside and we'll be back with set number 3 from the Sargent Central Activity Center on day 2 of the District 1 tournament on yourliveevent.com.
Very progressive, small town that's actually, I would say, growing or thriving rather than dying.
If you have a family, this is a top-notch school system.
Hankinson's a small enough town that you feel secure.
We're able to be self-sustaining by having all of these awesome amenities.
And although Hankinson may be a small town, it has lots of things to keep you entertained or to start a new career.
Find home in Hankinson, North Dakota.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsboro.
Sargent County leading here 2-0 as we are just about ready to get our third set underway. As we mentioned, just game one, game two, Chase Miller will be on the call for that Oaks Tornadoes Enderlin Eagles contest. Just a reminder on kind of how it's going to work on a tournament day. Once this game concludes, we will cut off this stream, and you'll have to just go to the other stream of Oaks and Enderlin. We'll end the one here, and shortly thereafter we'll get up the stream for that one. So just in case you are new to kind of these multi-game days here on your live event, just know that it will be on separate channels or separate individual streams. So Chase Miller, like I said, will be on the call for that one, so you will hear from him possibly after this set, as Sargent County looking to close this one out in 3 straight. The Bison looking to continue their season and push this one to another set, as that one deflects off of Quinn Albright, and that'll be a kill for Carly Cadoon. So the junior Dakota Stroh, she will serve again, tips it up to Dang, and Marr gets to it, Whitney Marr that is. Wilprecht, Bogart up to Cadoon. Cadoon pushes it towards the back row. Good hustle there by Keely Byer. Pushed over by Mueller, and Mueller just unable to get that one to go over the net. Byer, Carpenter, Hansen, Cadoon, Bogart to Dang, and Anong Dang again skies up and gets the kill for Sargent County as they lead here 3-0. And that's going to be an ace for Dakota Stroh. For Barnes County North. All right, need to start coming together, play at the net. Good job there by Carpenter, able to block that one from Cadoon. Bogart, Marr, pushed over by Dang. Cassette gets to it. Carpenter deflected at the net by Cadoon, and Dang just unable to get to it. And that's going to be a side out for the Bison, as Cassette will take a seat. Paisley Barkley in. Also taking a seat is Stroh, as Caitlin Wangler in for the Bulldogs. Marley Carpenter goes towards Wangler, and she passes it up to Bogart. And good adjustment there. Way to not quit for Mueller, but just unable to keep it in play was Lydia Mueller, as Carpenter and Mueller at least tried to give the Bison a chance. Charlie Wilprecht, her serve handled by Albright. This is Carpenter up now to Hansen, Whitney Marr, Bogart, Cadoon. Good adjustment from Cadoon. Carpenter unable to get a good pass, but Albright and Carpenter, good hustle to get to that one, as Marr blocked at the net, but unable to deflect it and keep it in play. I think that was Hansen and Lydia Mueller contributing on that one, as Keely Byer will tie her shoe. Wilprecht will serve it up. Oh, good hustle there from Mueller, and Cadoon able to answer on that attempt. Carpenter just unable to get in a position to dig that one out. 7-1. Another serve from Wilprecht. Hansen, good adjustment, able to tip it over. Cadoon over to Bogart, and usually Cadoon is the one hitting and Bogart setting her up, but Reversal of roles. But Barnes County North able to keep it alive. Mueller hits it over here, and that is going to go out of play. Good decision there by Marr to let it go, and that's going to lead to a timeout as Sargent County leads 8-1 on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard.
New Solid Tech R floors deliver sustainable high performance from bottle to floor. They're PVC-free and made with natural stone and recycled single-use plastic for scratch-proof, flood-proof protection that stands up to all that your life demands. Because sustainability, beauty, and performance are at the heart of Solid Tech R floors.
Available at Carpet World, 17th Avenue South, online at carpetworldfargo.com.
The score here. Sargent County looking to close this one out in 3 sets. Looking at some other scores from our out-of-town scoreboard. As we mentioned, Linton HMB able to win in their opening match of the District 2 tournament. A 1-1 tie up in District 4 between Nelson County and Four Winds. And Tioga over in District 5 leading 2-0. But back here to District 1, Bella Hansen able to get the kill for the Bison. Maybe that's the jolt of energy they need here in the 3rd set to get going as Mueller. Bogart to Marr. Carpenter unable to keep that one in play. As a quick side out will send Bogart back to serve for the Bulldogs. Albright passes it up now to Carpenter. This is Byer, and too strong there from Byer as they call a deflection. Yeah, so the officials here didn't have the touch, but the line judge on the opposite side of the floor is the one who made the call, so that's why the slight hesitation there on that one, as that goes just out of play. So Sargent County leading here 10-3. Cadoon. Mueller at the net. Carpenter just able to get to it. Byer, and they're going to call Byer in the net as she tried to soar up and get the touch over. So point for Sargent County will bring up another serve from Cadoon, and that's an ace for Carly Cadoon. Sargent County up big here in set number 3. Cadoon mishits that one into the net. As Maddie Gassett will come in, Paisley Barkley will take a seat. And Cadoon, good job to get to that one as Yago pushes it over. Gassett passes it up to Carpenter. Back now to Byer, blocked there by Yago. And they're going to say that was hit into the net. So point for Sargent County, leading here by 9. Their largest lead throughout the match is this 9-point advantage, as that's going to be too strong from Lucy Marr. So quick back and forth will send Keely Byer back to serve for Barnes County North. Yago. This is Bogart. Back to Yago. Byer, and miscommunication there between Hoffman and, I believe that was between Hoffman and Carpenter, as that falls to the floor. And we'll bring in Whitney Marr to serve as the Sargent Central senior gets a opportunity to play here on the home school court. As Carpenter pushes it over, the other Sargent Central senior, Charlie Wolpright, gets to it as Mackenzie Nagowski mishits that one into the net. Sargent County leading here 14-6. Bella Hansen back in as Quinn Albright will take a seat. And Natara Hoffman serve. Pass from Kadoon to Bogart. Too strong this time from Anang Dang. Another opportunity here for Hoffman. This time Wilprecht gets it to Bogart, up to Nagowski. Carpenter. And good job there by Hansen, but Bogart comes sliding in. Good hustle from Byer. Play at the net, popped up by Kadoon. And Nagowski with the push. Hoffman, Carpenter. And that one's just going to fall out of play as Lydia Mueller unable to get to it, or just unable to keep it in play, I should say, as Dakota Stroh will come back into serve for the Bulldogs. 15-7 the lead here on our Dakota Heritage Bank scoreboard, as that serve receive unable to handle it are the Bison. That's going to be another ace for Dakota Stroh. So in for the Bison, the lone senior number 8, Miley Christensen, as that's just too strong out of play. So quick in and out for Christensen as Paisley Barkley will sub in. Carpenter's serve handled there by Whitney Marr. Opportunity for Kadoon. She decides to go with the push and just goes out of play. Another serve from Carpenter. That one ticks off the top of the net. And that's going to be a kill for Carpenter as Wangler just unable to get to it. So 16-10. Sargent County with the advantage. And that's going to be a side out as that one goes out of play. Barkley hits that over. Wilprecht, Bogart to Lucy Marr. Albright. Hansen with the push. And just unable to help that one up is Wangler, as both Marr and Wilprecht talk about who should have gotten to that one. So good communication there to hopefully shore up that backcourt play. That one a little too close to the net as Hansen able to capitalize as Bogart unable to come up and get the dig. We're also going to say that there was a player in the net, but nonetheless, that's going to be a point for the Bison, now down to just a 5-point advantage for Sargent County. Marr deflected at the net. Albright just unable to keep that one up in play. As Yago will come in for Whitney Marr. Mallory Bogart back to serve. Mueller, Carpenter, and Byer pushes it over for the Bison. Kadoon is going to get called for being in the net. As Albright will take a seat, Hoffman in, and Hansen will be back to serve for the Bison. Wilprecht, Bogart, Marr, and good hustle there by Byer to get to it. Wilprecht passes it up to Bogart, over to Yago. Carpenter, Hansen, Barkley, and Paisley Barkley with the mishit. Serve here from Kadoon, too strong. That's going to be a side out for Kadoon, and we'll have Miley Christensen coming back in for Paisley Barkley, and she will go back to serve for the Bison, trailing here 19-14. Kadoon, Bogart, and Yago. Good dig there by Christensen. And that was Byer, too strong there from Byer as that one goes out of play near the Sargent County bench, and that's going to lead to a timeout from the Bison as they trail 14-20. We will be right back here on your live event to finish up set number 3.
Growers, prepare your fields and yields against the wet conditions for 2025 and beyond with a drain tile project from Chad's Excavating out of Mayville. Drain tiling will improve and increase your yields and land values for years to come. Chad's Excavating provides free, detailed estimates, and with over 40 years of combined success, they provide professional installation and service. Call Chad today to prepare for your future and any questions that you might have. That's Chad's Excavating out of Mayville, helping farmers grow.
20-14, Sargent County looking to close out set number 3 and get a 3-0 set victory. The Bison looking to keep their season going. As Lucy Marr will serve, and she's going to get an ace coming off of the Barnes County North timeout. And this time able to handle it is Barnes County North, and good push there from, I believe that was Lydia Mueller, who will push that one to the back corner, and Marr just unable to get to it. So Byer will go back to serve for Barnes County North. Bogart to Iago. Good job by Byer, Albright, and Hoffman help getting over for the Bison. Dang, skies up, pops it up. Byer, good pass up to the front row, and skies up, and that's going to deflect off of a couple of Bison players. And that'll be a side out for Sargent County. Whitney Marr. Back to serve, Christensen, Carpenter, Bogart passes it to Cadoon. Cadoon tries to get the push. Christensen, Carpenter, and Mueller deflects off the net. Unable to play it out of the net is Dang. So Hansen will come back in. Tara Hoffman will go back to serve. Wilprecht, Bogart, and Nagowski hitting it over for Sargent County. Bogart, Cadoon, and Bogart just able to hit that one over. Pushed over by Carpenter. Opportunity here for Dang. She skies up and unable to play that one out of the net. On the block attempt was Hansen, so another kill for Nong Dang. As Dakota Stroh, the Sargent County junior, looking to finish this one off, needing just 2 points to secure a victory. And Hansen comes sliding in, popping it over. And Cadoon, a dig there by Byer, and Carpenter hits it over, but out of play, and that brings up match point for Sargent County. Stroh, that is Christensen, Carpenter, and pushed over there by Christensen. Cadoon, Bogart, and Cadoon with the block, hit over by Hansen. Dang, this time blocked. Albright gets to it, and this goes through the hands of Miley Christensen, and that'll do it as Sargent County able to defeat the Bison 3-0 and keep their season alive. As Barnes County North will see their season come to an end with the 25-16 third set defeat. We will step aside and we'll be right back with our post-game coverage. We'll give you our Enbridge player of the game, talk about our Agassi Precision Egg play of the game, and then we'll be getting ready to send you over and get you ready for the rest of today's contest. Sargent County able to win 3-0. They will play again at 4:30 on Monday. We'll take a break and have our Enbridge player of the game coming up.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Triple E Incorporated in Page is cheering on the Raiders as they compete on and off the court and field. They put in the effort to build a team with trust, experience, and the ability to accomplish their goals. The team at Triple E Incorporated is built the same way, with knowledge and experience, with timeliness and efficiency. For your next non-residential building project, go online to eeeinc.com or stop by the office in Page for more information. Make your next project a winner with the team at Triple E Incorporated in Page.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
In times like these, it's good to know there's a place where people know who you are, no matter how long you've been gone. A place where the smells of home cooking are still in the air, where a simple wave warms your heart, and sharing stories is just a way of life. It's good to be home. Farmers Union Insurance, protecting what's important in life.
Get in touch with David Bergerman today at 701-724-6252.
I'm joined here by our Enbridge player of the game, the junior Anang Dang. Anang, you had a solid night here on the floor, able to play well both at the net, whether it was defensively or offensively. You know, what was kind of the key to your success here in today's victory?
Just try to focus on the game. Like, I hit with every time I hit, like I just want to do a kill.
Nice. So you had plenty of kills, plenty of blocks as well. You know, being able to kind of use, you know, the 6'3" frame, what can you say about just the ability to play freely here defensively, knowing that not only you've got the height advantage, but you've also got some solid players able to help you out there along the backcourt?
I've just like my teammates, like they help a lot too.
Yeah, so getting the victory here today. You still got a game here on Monday, hoping to keep the season going. What can you, or what is kind of the key for your team moving forward as you try to keep the season moving forward on Monday?
We just like trying to like play our best, like in every set, do our best.
Absolutely. So our Enbridge player of the game, Anang Ding, Sargent County will be playing the victor of one of our later contests as they are going to play the loser between Hankinson and Richland. Congratulations to our Enbridge player of the game, Anang Ding. We'll be right back to finish up our coverage here on your live event.
Welcome to the city of Hillsboro, a small town with big opportunity. Here, you don't just find a house, you find a quality of life. Safe neighborhoods, affordable living, and a community that treats your family like their own. Build your dream home with lots starting at an attractive price and enjoy homeowner incentives and grant funds to help make it yours. Come live, work, and thrive in Hillsboro, where you don't just live, you belong.
Farmers, are you expanding, upgrading, or want to automate? Visit with the experienced staff at Hope Electric to learn about the latest electrical systems and the newest technologies that they have developed to make your operation more efficient. Get a custom system in place with features like iPad truck loading and remote view grain storage, touchscreen controls, hazard monitoring systems, and wireless cellular cameras to protect your assets. Hope Electric, serving the agricultural and commercial industry since 1978. Visit hopeelectric.com or call 701-945-2460.
Want to thank our Enbridge player of the game, Anang Dang, for joining us here in our post-game coverage. Life takes energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Visit enbridge.com for career opportunities. As I mentioned, Enbridge player of the game is the junior for the Sargent County Bulldogs, Anang Dang. Plenty of kills, plenty of blocks. Overall, just a huge presence for Sargent County there at the net, doing a good job. Just to, give the Bulldogs an opportunity to see their season live on, as they are going to pick up win number 15 here this afternoon. And Barnes County North, they see their season come to an end as they were unable to claim victory, so they will only be able to be spectators here on Monday. But one thing about this Barnes County North team is they have plenty of young talent that they are going to have returning for them. And, as you stay tuned to other contests here throughout not only today, but coming back on Monday, Barnes County North, they've got plenty of young talent that reminds me a lot of the Richland Colts, who just 2 years ago were kind of in a similar spot as Barnes County. Young talent, just unable to get some wins in that winning column. But, definitely an opportunity for Barnes County, a bright future for them moving forward. Looking at our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game, your local precision planting dealer is Agassiz Precision Ag, located in Hillsboro. Call 701-436-2119 or visit plannerdoc.com for more information. Our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game is the play of Sargent County at the net, not only with our Enbridge player of the game, Anang Dang, but Carly Kadoon, Whitney, and Lucy Marr doing a great job all afternoon long, giving their team not only that offensive boost, but making it quite difficult for the Barnes County North players on the offensive side to capitalize. So our Agassiz Precision Ag play of the game is the play of the Sargent County front court. That'll do it for our coverage here from the Sargent Central Activity Center of Game 1 of Day 2 of the District 1 tournament. We will step aside from this stream, and Chase Miller will have all the pregame coverage of Game 2 between the Oaks Tornadoes and the Enderlin Eagles. So make sure to pop over to that. We should have that stream up and running here shortly. Want to thank Connor Olson, the cameraman, all day long, not only here in Game 1, but 1 through 4. He is going to be the guy. I am Nick Furch. I'll be back for Game 3 between Wyoming Lidgerwood and Maple River. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.